Certainly. Parasites are organisms that live in or on another organism, the host, and depend on the host for their survival. Ants, being social insects, are not immune to parasitic interactions. There are several types of parasites that specifically target ants. Here are a few examples, but before that, if you're new to this channel, then subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos. Ant decapitating flies, Firee. These small flies are known for their gruesome reproductive strategy. Female flies lay their eggs near ant colonies, and when the eggs hatch, the larvae enter the bodies of worker ants. The larvae migrate to the ants' heads and release chemicals that manipulate the ants' behavior. Infected ants are compelled to leave the safety of the colony and climb to the top of plants, where the fly larvae complete their development, eventually decapitating the ants. Zombie ants, Ophiocordyceps fungus. The Ophiocordyceps fungus infects ants by releasing spores that attach to the ant's exoskeleton. The spores then penetrate the ant's body and invade its muscles and nervous system. Once infected, the ant undergoes behavioral changes. It leaves the colony and climbs to a high location, where it bites onto a leaf or stem and dies. The fungus continues to grow within the ant's body, eventually rupturing through the ant's head, releasing spores to infect other ants. Ant mites, Myrmecomorba. Ant mites are tiny arachnids that live as parasites on ants. They attach themselves to the ants' bodies, primarily in areas such as the legs, abdomen, or head. Ant mites feed on the ants' bodily fluids or consume parts of their exoskeleton. Some mites are phoretic, meaning they use ants as a means of transportation, hitching a ride on the ant to reach new food sources or other ant colonies. Ant parasitic wasps, Hymenoptera. Some species of parasitic wasps target ants as hosts for their larvae. These wasps lay their eggs on or inside the ant's body. The wasp larvae then feed on the ant from the inside, eventually killing it. The life cycle of these parasitic wasps is often intricately linked to the ant's behavior, with the wasp manipulating the ant's actions to ensure its own survival. These are just a few examples of the diverse array of parasites that exploit ants. Each parasite has evolved unique strategies to invade, manipulate, and utilize ants for their own survival and reproduction. These parasitic interactions highlight the complex dynamics within ecosystems and the remarkable adaptations that have evolved over time. Ant parasites are organisms that live in or on ants and rely on them for various aspects of their life cycle. These parasites have evolved different strategies to exploit the ants' resources and behaviors for their own benefit. Parasitic fungi. Certain species of fungi are known to parasitize ants. One notable example is the fungus of the genus Ophiocordyceps. These fungi infect ants by spores that attach to the ant's exoskeleton. The spores then germinate and invade the ant's body, eventually taking control of its behavior. The infected ant is manipulated to climb to a suitable location, where the fungus can grow and release its spores, effectively spreading the infection to other ants. Parasitic flies. Some flies are parasitic to ants in their larval stage. For instance, the ant decapitating flies, Firee family, lay their eggs near ant colonies or directly on individual ants. After hatching, the fly larvae burrow into the ant's body and feed on its internal tissues, eventually causing the ant's head to fall off. The fly larvae continue to develop inside the decapitated ant's body until they emerge as adults. Parasitic wasps. Several species of parasitic wasps target ants as hosts for their larvae. These wasps often have a complex life cycle. For example, the emerald cockroach wasp, Ampulex compressa, injects venom into specific ganglia of a cockroach, rendering it docile. The wasp then lays its eggs on the roach and buries it, providing a living food source for its developing larvae. Similarly, some species of parasitic wasps inject their eggs directly into ant larvae or pupae, allowing the wasp larvae to consume the ant as they grow. Social parasites. Certain ant species have evolved to exploit the social structures of other ant colonies. These social parasites are known as cuckoo ants, or slave-making ants. They invade the colonies of other ant species, kill or remove the resident queen, and then use the host workers to raise their own offspring. The host ants become essentially enslaved, performing tasks such as foraging and brood care for the parasitic ants. Kleptoparasites. Some ants are kleptoparasites, meaning they steal food and resources from other ant colonies. For example, the notorious thief ants, Solenopsis spp, infiltrate the colonies of other ant species and steal their food, larvae, and pupae. Thief ants have adaptations such as small size and fast movement that enable them to infiltrate host colonies undetected. These are just a few examples of the diverse strategies employed by ant parasites. The relationship between parasites and ants can be intricate and fascinating, showcasing the complex interactions and adaptations that exist in the natural world. I hope so now you will understand about ant parasites. Thanks for watching my content. If you like my content, press the like button and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for upcoming videos. Thank you. Goodbye.